Chapter 1, laddies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Moo Moo Was in My Hero Academia. So, I'm doing this one first because because you guys voted for, there was 40% of you who voted for Momo, or Moo Moo, sorry. Not Momo, it's Moo Moo, because they both have two different and names, or they almost sound the same, but it's a Moo Moo is spelled with Moomoo, not Momo. Oh, yeah. So the other one that you guys voted for was this one. Maybe tomorrow I'll do this one. So, yeah. So, if you haven't watched any of those two old videos, go check them out before her. And please subscribe. Okay? So, let's get into this what if. So, in this alternate timeline, the cow lady ends up giving birth to two kids. Pony, her name's Pony, and the other is Moo Moo. But the way that Moo Moo is, he was born as a small little fragile cow or calf that was smaller than Dr. Pepper. Yeah. So basically Zuko, who was so Cow Lady ends up trying to figure out how, because her daughter came out after him, or during the same time as he was her child. His quirk activated early, super early on. So, yeah. So she decided to give our main protagonist of this what if, not canon one, to her. And in this alternate timeline, she was also a farmer, pro hero, yeah. So, yeah. So the cows from her field really like Moo Moo. Yeah. And plus, she did so he transforms into a toddler. Into a human baby. Looks like you have a quirk. Moo Moo. As she smiles about it. And the overtime he, like, when he was growing up, his powers of infinity and zero. He's one strong cow, so yeah. So his quirk is, yeah. So when he took, or when she took him to the quirk doctor, her, at age of 4, she was right. He had a quirk of shape-shifting into a cow. But he can... But there's a difference between hers, like how her do it, and how he does it. Because he has 1, 2, 3 forms, including his human form, so that's 4 forms. So when he got older, like, do a time skip to 15. He trained with and her so much. And he, yeah. Plus, he got cared about around the entire farm. Like, the chickens, every time he puts his hand into fill up their chicken bowls things, and then sets it back down, then they start eating. Yeah. So then the cows got fed. Yeah. So now the 15, he goes to UA. And at UA, I'll just use this scene because I like this scene. Where he was because he was working with one of the pro hero things, and his parents were actually superheroes. And yeah, he got a pass on the robots thing. And so yeah, so then yeah. So he got a free pass. Huh. Or actually, he did it earlier. There. So yeah, yeah. And I try to think about what to say. So yeah. So then after that, then day of the school starts. First day of school, he immediately gets thumped by her. He tells him that she'll beat him up and so bad that, yeah, because he was in class 1A and she was in class 1B. He's in class 1A. The Moo is in class 1A. But in class 1B, she was in. So, yeah. So then he gets into combat abilities. So he always has his backpack with him at all times with some fresh clothes. So he turns into a cow. Or, yeah, not really, but just if he turns into a cow, that's what I was trying to say. If he tries to turn into a cow, sometimes his clothes get ripped off. So yeah, you don't see a cow wearing a shirt or pants. Yeah. So yeah. So Moo Moo goes past her as he's giggling at her. Yeah. So then I'm skipping the ball throw. Here's his villains. Of course, at USJ, if you haven't seen the original, I'll do recap thing. So Moo Moo transforms into that. And he goes toe to toe with the Nomu. And he ends up winning the fight. He and yeah, because he stuck his horn right between the vertebrae of the brain. He pierced right through. So yeah, the Nomu died. Yeah. So then I'm skipping the sports festival and the internship thing. Going right to All Might versus All for One. As All Might was down, hung, bleeding, and he ends up as All for One shoots a beam of light at All Might. What? Huh? I don't have that pictures. Huh. Yeah, so, yeah. Just picture All Might was down, but he wasn't out. But then out of nowhere, a cow-looking man, or cow, came out of nowhere, saves All Might's life. As he looks up, and he knows who it is. Moo Moo, is that you? Yep. Now I'll push this back. As he was, because how angry he was, and plus his powers of infinity and zero made his quirk fused into it. So he's now taller than All Might. Yeah, he's much more buffed up version. if you guys don't know what I mean, it means that, give me a minute, he looks like Zombie from Mr. Zombie. Yeah, that guy. He, but way more taller than anyone. And so, yeah. So, yeah. So basically, he was way taller than All Might, and the All for One Hun is got picked up. Yeah, All for One got picked up, and he got snot beating out of him as he lifts him up in the air, or no, actually slams him down as he goes into his Minotaur form, and like grabs his horn, rips it off his head, as blood dripping out, as he stabs All for One right in the heart. And yeah, as he grabs All for One's like mask, rips it right out of his body, and with a spinal cord still attached, like kills him instantly. Yeah. So, yeah, then all that stuff, as he transforms back into his buffed up form, or he's still, as Cow Lady sees him, and when she heard his name was Moo Moo, she remembered a little calf that she gave to one of her friends. And when she saw him fully adult, he's like, eh? So he's like, woo, before. That was fun. As he walks away, or he walks up to pass All Might, All Might, don't need a hand to pick these citizens out of this rebel. As he picks up debris, and yeah, and then he does it for them. As then that same night, when Pony was like, "What's wrong, Mother?" Well, when you who were born, you actually had a brother. And when she says, "What do you mean? I have a brother." Your brother's name was actually called Moo Moo. That kid that's on TV, yeah, was actually your brother. He was when both of you were born, you were born normally. Or then he was born as a cub. But I realized that he had a quirk activated so early on in his life. So I'm reconsidering to add him back into the family because he, no matter what, he is still your brother. So Okay? And she's so excited to meet her long lost brother. That so the next day, when he came to school, he did show up really early. Okay, beating the most people. He was in class 1A. So, one of the class 1B students could tell where he was at. Let's say it was her. So she walks into class 1A. And she did notice that Mr. Aizawa was there. And Mr. Aizawa says, "You should be in class 1B. Yeah, but it's really early." "Oh, what time is it?" "Yep." "Why are you here?" "Oh, I'm just gonna talk to my brother, Moo Moo." As he looks at her, as he itches his head of why. As she walks up to him, as she hugs him, as he remembers who he thought he was the only child. But then she sat down with him, as just ignore this part about I'll beat you up and beat you up so bad that, yeah. And just cover that part with your thumb. And she actually says to him that, or she explains that you were born from, I could not believe that you were born from a cub and calf. And he explains, or that she explains that our mother wants you back because, who is our mother? As, oh, well, you know that cow lady, pro hero? Yeah. Well, she is our mother. Her. Our birth mother. As Mr. Aizawa heard that, and as he gets up and he talks to her, like, "So you're his sister, right?" "Yes." My mother, or our mother, is that she made a mistake of getting rid of him. They gave him to one of the other pro heroes. She is a pro hero herself, so, okay. Huh. Well, that's pretty cool. But the weird part was that way that he was born. Here, as she pulls out her phone and shows a baby picture of him, as Mr. Aizawa starts laughing, and as he looks at it, as he's like, with the eyebrow up, he's like, "What?" And as he, that's me? Huh. Huh. But now you're all grown up, so, yeah. You're still my brother. As she hugs him still. Because they both are, yeah. So he hugs her back. Gently, but not tries to hurt her. Because he has super strength. Okay? So he... So, yeah. Better not let anyone else have that picture or show that picture to, because, yeah. So then so she goes to class 1B, as the one thing about that same night that all for one lose to Moo was that she was watching him and she had love in her eyes. And she's like, yeah. And then when she heard that he was the brother to Pony, she immediately was like, I can't believe your brother is so cool. And yeah. And like it was way before. So she tells Pony that she actually kind of has a crush on her brother. She's blushing about it. As Pony's like, you do have a crush on my brother? Like, yeah. Because he's so cool with all these abilities. So then after school, he was about to walk home, and by himself. So then but she stops him by creating one giant mushroom in front of him. As he turns around, sees her. As she walks up to him with like her hands behind her back, and she's like, yeah. So she only tells him that she's in love with him and they should have date and all that stuff. So they were dating for, yeah, most of the school. And of course, Maya, she starts noticing that he has a like love interest. As she walks up and she has that face thing of, who do you love? Or I could tell that you are in love with that mushroom girl, right? As his face becomes blushed, I knew it. As he's so embarrassed, as or Ochako is like, or actually, let's say she ends up like defending her brother from like, come on, Mina, knock that stuff off because my brother does like her too. So then, So then the day came. Name. Sorry, I'm just thinking. So the day came. So they got married. And between Mushroom Girl and the cow, or Moo Moo. Oh, yeah. So his hero name is called Infinity Cow. No. Or Infinite Cow. So that's what his name is. As they're like laughing at him. Yeah. And the picture of her Mimi picture always gets to us. As he's like, yeah. So then now it's Class 1A versus Class 1B. Sorry. I'm thinking. So, yeah. So his sister tells him that they'll be up against each other's. And yeah. So it was. So Moo Moo was replaced with Tails guy, this guy right here. And they both like ran around like a crazy people. And yeah. So he battles against him like a spinning guy, as he breaks the horn off on top of his head, as he grabs the guy with his bare hands, as he knocks him out with just his head. Boom. As the guy gets knocked out, as he puts him on his back and he runs off. He ran so fast. As he feels like he's playing keep away with a human body. As his sister's like, give my crewmate back. As he, what's wrong, little sister? So he basically puts her in, as he jumps around, as he bandaged him up before. Because, so it wasn't too bad. As So then he charges back into battle. I don't know. And yeah, he got all of them except because his opponents were literally like, he got the spin guy, this guy right here, this one right here first. He got the one that could swim underwater or under the mud or dirt. That was second. The third was him. Yeah. Plus, then it was just Pony that his sister was battles. As they both like clash horns against each other's. Yeah. As he dodges every like attack, as he grabs her by the throat, as he holds her up in the air, as he knocks her out. Not like suffocation thing. But it's just enough to hold her in place. As he says, you know, I'm actually using not even full strangle on you, right? So, yeah. So then he takes her, as his leg got impaled by her horns. Yeah. By those things. As he doesn't even feel it. So he takes her back and throws her in. And they win. As he's like, that was fun. Hun, did you have fun, little sister? And she says, heck yeah, I just witnessed how dangerous or fearful firsthand. And so then he comes back and he sits down. And yeah. So yeah. But at the end of this story thing, they both did do and he had, or actually the mushroom girl gains the, where is she? So the mushroom girl ends up getting a new last name thing, like a creative name. And yeah, they had kids. Yeah. So then So this is the end of the video. Please leave a like, share, subscribe. Peace out, y'all.